Right, Dot's here for a lesson, and she's been doing this photograph of one of mine from lovely rhododendron gardens near to Bath in Wiltshire, so she's still working on that. But because I'm going away to France, she said she'd like to do something a bit different for her son, is it? Or for the grandson?
Yeah.
And so we've chosen to do this one, which I'll show on screen now. One I did in Barbados years ago. Had a lovely holiday there with my pal Liz from Beverley. Thank you, Liz, it was a really great time that. But she's not quite sure about the colours, and it can be quite difficult when you get an area like this, which is it seems to be lighter colours. I'm going to help her with this by doing a very fast demo now. I'm going to actually paint this in about 20 to 30 minutes, the entire painting straight through, with very, very loose brushwork. Not going to use a roller today. That would be good for the roller actually, that beach, but I won't do that. I'm going to use a big brush. And just show her the techniques and pull these colours out so she can really see the tints in warm and cools of these yellows and the beautiful turquoises we can use again as well for the sky. So then she'll have that to work from. Right, the usual set of acrylics there, heavy bodies, getting towards the end of them now, so we'll use them up. And going back to my canvas, we've got a nice little rectangular cheap canvas for the job. I'm going to use filberts mainly. I've got a rigger and one little round amongst these for this job. Get straight on. I shan't even bother drawing it out because I'm going to paint this very much as if I were painting it on plein air. So I'll work very, very rapidly. When I say I'm not going to draw it out, what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of mauve in the sky, a very, very thin wash, just to sort of know where I'm going to go basically, because this canvas isn't quite the same shape as the picture anyway, so we know we're coming in. That's it, ready to go. That's as quickly as I'd work out of doors. Put my brushes in front of me. I'm going to start with my biggest brushes, work down to my finest, smallest brushes. So here we go, Dot. There's our brush here going first. Got a bit. These are my nylon filberts, not expensive, quite good to use. It's quite strong. Just to whack it straight on, straight away, without even putting any white with it. Just want to get going for a minute, just get rid of this canvas. I want to get colour on fast. Turquoise I'm talking about, so turquoise, white, and a little touch of lemon yellow. Won't really work until I get the colours one to another next to it. Down here, straight in. So this is just to give you an idea of colour mixing and the colours. Now, I haven't got any cerulean here, so I'm going to use a little bit of cobalt to come up into the warmer part of the sky, bit by bit. Just come up into amongst these fronds of the palm trees. A little bit stronger. I don't think I'm going to even need to go to ultramarine at this rate. We'll see. Up here I want a nice warm blue, and because we get these other blues in, it makes the ones down below seem cooler because this is a warm. In other words, it's redder than the more cooler turquoisey blues below. And while I've got that sort of colour on my brush, I'm going to come straight down to these shadows here. Nice, thick, heavy body paint, slap it in and enjoy it. So we've got our warm and cool greys going on now. Really loosely painted. The light's always changing out of doors, so we have to use rapid styles like this to be able to capture before it changes. Right, now we'll start on these warm and cools of the sand. I'm going to use yellow ochre and white straight away, and a soft blending between the yellow ochres, whites and all other yellows, so a little bit warmer at this edge, up through here, right up. Big brush then, don't mess about, straight in with there and make your colours, put them down, be decisive. The white canvas as quickly as you can. So I'm not going to speed this film up for you. I'm painting quickly enough as it is. Now we'll start looking at the yellows. That was the warmer yellow. Now I want cooler. I need to let some of these colours dry a bit so I get a much cleaner, brighter. Got to work faster. Got to get this done before the light changes. I'm already using the brush texturally to start to give the feeling of the palms. So I'm letting the brush dry out quite deliberately here to start to get these wisps of palm-like shapes coming in. And this is Dot's private masterclass. You see, the sand being a light colour is going to reflect other colours around it, so it's actually going to pick up on some of these greens and start reflecting them into the sand, which you might not at first pick up on. Okay, we've got the base coat on, so change down brushes now to next size down, and we can go light over dark, dark over light, whenever we like. We can come back and forward. That's the beauty of acrylics. You can see, Dot, how I'm bringing out these colours, finding the colours in there, and between these warm and cool creams, for instance, even. I'm in the shadows really looking for these little spots are annoying where the water's come on earlier. It's messing it up a bit for me, but don't forget these vertical strokes as well, however small they might be, to help give the feeling of reflection going on in the water, even if there's only a few smaller ones. Going to go back to my larger brush again, or a larger brush, for the minute. It's a medium one. Go for my darks again. I'm going to actually add some black to the green this time. A little bit of ultramarine blue. And again, brush strokes. This paint, I'd like it to have dried a bit more. It still hasn't dried enough really. Because I wanted purer darks over this, but I'm going to work into this, just letting the dark show through. In some places it's going to be quite textural like that. Using the tip of the brush to get the leaf textures there. In other places I'm going to drag it slightly more to get the feeling of the palm trees. More water into the paint now to be a bit smoother with my creations. Right, back to my medium brush. And we're going to play these lights against darks and play it the way around constantly now. So a very rapid way of working, as we would on plein air. And we're putting the lights over the darks and the darks over the lights, constantly swinging backwards and forwards to get these effects of these textures and bits of light shining through the palm trees here and there. On the surface of the sand, these little bits of weed or coconut husk and so on are very important. They help to lead the eye in, so they need to be put, these little bits of dark need to be put in here to give the feeling of the softer sand, and then these bits of rougher, darker material that are coming through. going muddy each time. Why? That's the question. Let me try and get it cleaner. A little spot of colour. Just the right colour in the right place, the right shape. It's all we need and it'll work. So we're well on the way. You can see we've almost, I mean, if we were doing a studying out of doors, we could almost call that done. But we're not, so now it's a matter of just balancing colour. We've just got to go backwards and forwards, just tarting up if you like, just trying to get the exact colours we need. So we're almost done. You see the sort of speed that was done at. Deciding on colours and putting them in. Beautiful colours in there, isn't there? So I'm really showing you, what I wanted to do in this picture was to show you just how many colours there really are that we can find going on here. Far more than you might think. You wouldn't believe you'd be using blues into the sun like that, would you?
No, you see colour that I don't see.
Now I've shown it to you, you can see it, but it's seeing it in the first place, it's pulling it out. And I'm learning more colour as I go along as well. It's not just that I'm seeing it straight away as I'm doing this, I'm actually finding these colours too. Keep looking, don't just stop and think, oh, I've done that bit. Go back on it and look at those little bits of pink, bring out those blues and warms and colours. Soften it back a bit too much just there, it's distracting across there. No, this photograph's lucky because it has a nice sunny day. You can't photograph on a horrible day. That's so important to get nice shots to work from. We haven't got the colours to work from. I want to go much cooler. So I'm going to go back to my lemon yellow and white. Just try and bring out those very light colours that are happening through here. Sunshine really glaring through just there. Clean colour is so important, and I'm not happy with this colour here. I want that to be cleaner yet. So I'm going to try and mix some pure and give it a second coat. A little bit of lemon yellow and turquoise. Let's see if we can get anywhere near it. No, it's way above. I really want that vibrance of this Caribbean sky. I want to bring that vibrance down in between these palm leaves so that it's shining through there. And the same over here. Much stronger colour, pure colour into here. Almost there. And it's given you a good idea, hasn't it? But now you see the beauty of colour on something like this is just tremendous. So you can get back to your painting in a minute. But this is giving you, I mean, sometimes it's nice just to stop painting and do something different. And maybe have a little demo like this where it gives you a refreshing some other ideas. This is where I'd like to be right now, actually. Painting this in reality there would be good, wouldn't it?
No.
A wee bit more orange, maybe. Just a little touch of warmth extra we haven't got. Okay?
Lovely, absolutely.
Now, I didn't even need to use the rigger brush on that. I could just use those brushes only and get away with it. But I will just sign with the rigger. That's hard work in the next picture then. Right, talking about dark, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that dark, that black, and just touch here in the foreground a fraction, just to bring the eye in. A little more just there.
Probably take me 2 months to do though. I don't think it's going to take me less than an hour.
How long does that take me? About half an hour? Half past quarter. Right, so let you get on. Put your picture back there and away you go using those paints again. So Dot's now just trying to finish this one off as much as he can before she goes back. Did you enjoy that little demo then, Dot?
Yes, it's fabulous.
So if I send you the photograph, you should be able to work for...
I'll try and remember everything that you've done on it, but I know.
Well, actually, I'll be able to put the film up, won't I? So you'll be able to actually go back on the film and watch it again, which is very handy when you've got a demo like that, because you can see every process again, slow it down to when you want, can't you?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.